Welcome back, everyone, to your favorite coin channel, Coins, where we uncover the hidden treasure inside your pocket change. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and mysterious coins in the Lincoln Penny series, the 1975 D Lincoln Penny, also known as the Top Liberty coin. You might think a simple 1-cent coin is just pocket change. But what if I told you that this little coin could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars in today's market? Stay tuned till the end, because we'll explore its amazing history, hidden secrets, grading value, errors, and how one of these coins recently sold for a jaw-dropping $787,979.99. History of the Lincoln Penny. The story of the Lincoln Penny begins way back in 1909, when it was first introduced to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It became the first American coin to feature a real person's portrait, that of Lincoln himself, symbolizing honesty, freedom, and national pride. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent went through several design changes, but one thing stayed the same: the portrait of Lincoln facing right. In 1975, America was celebrating its bicentennial spirit, preparing for the nation's 200th anniversary in 1976. During this period, the Denver Mint, marked with the D mint mark, struck millions of Lincoln cents, but among them, a few special pieces came out with unusual qualities, double dies, or striking errors that made them incredibly rare and valuable today. Design and FATURES. The 1975 D Lincoln Penny is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing about 3.11 grams. On the obverse, you'll find Lincoln's bust facing right, the word Liberty on the left, and the motto, "In God We Trust," on top. Below the bust, near the shoulder, is the mint mark D, showing it was struck in Denver. On the reverse side, we see the Lincoln Memorial, surrounded by United States of America, e pluribus unum, and the denomination 1 cent. But here's where it gets interesting. The Top Liberty coin nickname comes from sharp, bold, and sometimes misaligned Liberty letters on certain 1975 D pennies. Collectors love this variation because it shows the unique striking quality and crispness that make it stand out from ordinary coins. Why it's SPCAL, you might wonder. Why is the 1975 D penny special when millions were made? Well, not all coins are created equal. Some came out with die cracks, off-center strikes, double die errors, or missing mint marks. Each of these small differences can make your penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. A few rare 1975 D Lincoln pennies have been graded in perfect MS-67 or MS-68 red, RD, condition, which means they are flawless, shiny, and beautifully preserved. Collectors pay huge amounts for such coins, sometimes more than $5,000 to $10,000, depending on the grade and rarity. The legendary high-value PNNY. Now, let's talk about the most shocking fact. One 1975 D Top Liberty Lincoln Penny was auctioned for nearly $787,979.99. Yes, you heard that right, almost $800,000 for a 1-cent coin. This coin was not ordinary. It had exceptional striking details, a rare error pattern, and perfect preservation. Experts say that such coins appear only once in decades, and when they do, collectors go crazy to own them. How to identify a rare 1975 D PNNY. To find out if your penny is valuable, here's what you should look for. Check the mint mark, the small d under the year 1975. Look closely at the word Liberty. Is it bold, doubled, or slightly misaligned? Examine Lincoln's ear and eye area. Some rare coins show doubling in these parts. Flip it over. Check the Lincoln Memorial columns for doubling or missing lines. Finally, see if your coin has sharp edges and full details. Those often indicate high mint quality. If your coin shows any of these traits, it might be time to get it graded by PCGS or NGC, the two top coin grading companies in the world. The value in today's market. In today's coin market, values fluctuate depending on condition, demand, and rarity. A circulated 1975 D penny might be worth only 1 to 5 cents. But uncirculated or error versions can fetch hundreds or even thousands. Here's a quick estimate. Condition: 1 cent very fine, 10 to 20 cents uncirculated, $2 to $10 brilliant red gem, $1,000 to $10,000 plus major error coins. Unique strikes, up to $787,979.99. These prices are real, verified through major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Great Collections. Rarity and collector demand. The 1975 D penny is considered a modern-era collectible, meaning it's not ancient, but it's still highly sought after because of its design perfection and error variations. Collectors always look for coins that tell a story, and this one connects history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery that if you have a coin collection. The Top Liberty 1975 D penny is a perfect piece to add, especially if it's in pristine condition. How to store and protect your coins. If you find a shiny 1975 D penny, don't clean it. Cleaning can damage its value. Instead, keep it in a plastic holder, capsule, or coin flip, and store it in a cool, dry place away from sunlight. If you plan to sell, always get it professionally graded before listing online. Historical connection. The Lincoln penny is not just a coin, it's a symbol of American history. It reminds us of a leader who stood for unity, justice, and honesty. The 1975 D penny represents a time when America was preparing for its 200th anniversary, a moment of pride and renewal. Auction records and stories. Many coin collectors have shared their stories of finding rare pennies in pocket change, old drawers, or inherited collections. Imagine holding a coin worth thousands, a treasure hiding in plain sight. Some 1975 D coins with visible die cracks or double dies have been auctioned for $2,000 to $15,000 depending on their state. Fun facts. The Lincoln cent is the longest-running coin design in U.S. history. The 1975 D penny does not have a bicentennial design, which makes it stand out between 1974 and 1976 issues. Its designer, Victor David Brenner, placed his initials VDB on the coin, a small detail that collectors love to find. Collector tips. When buying or selling Lincoln pennies, always verify the mint mark and condition. Compare recent sales on eBay or Heritage Auctions. Join coin communities to learn more about grading and authentication. Never rush. Knowledge is your biggest profit in coin collecting. Global value interest. Even outside the US, the 1975 D penny has become a global collector's favorite. In Asia and Europe, collectors pay premium prices for high-grade coins, especially those with rare Liberty strikes or shiny red surfaces. The mystery of hidden value. So next time you see an old penny lying around, don't ignore it, check it carefully. It might just be a top Liberty coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. History, art, and luck, all in one small piece of copper. Outro, ending. And that's it for today's video. The 1975 D Lincoln penny, top Liberty coin, is one of those fascinating stories where a simple coin becomes a priceless treasure. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Coins, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss our next upload about hidden gems in the world of rare coins. Drop a comment below if you have a 1975 D penny. Who knows, maybe your coin is the next one worth nearly $787,979.99. Thanks for watching, my friends. This is Coins, signing off with the reminder, backhand index pointing right. Every penny has a story, maybe yours is a fortune waiting to be found. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and often overlooked coins in American history, the 1977 Lincoln penny, also known as the top Liberty coin. If you think all pennies are just 1 cent, you're in for a big surprise. Some of these 1977 Lincoln cents can be worth hundreds, thousands, and even close to $100,000, depending on their condition, rarity, and special mint errors. So stay tuned till the end, because we're going to break down everything: the history, the design, the mint errors, and the current market value that might make your old penny worth a lot of money today. Let's go back in time, to the year 1977. The United States was celebrating its bicentennial spirit, technology was changing, and coin collecting was gaining huge popularity. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, had already become one of the most recognized coins in America. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it featured the profile of President Lincoln on the front, a design that's been used for over a century, making it one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. Now, the 1977 version carries a special place. It's part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 to 2008, replacing the wheat reverse that collectors loved from earlier decades. On the obverse side, you'll see Abraham Lincoln's portrait facing right. Above him, the words, "In God We Trust." To the left, the word liberty, and the date 1977 just below Lincoln's chin. Now, this date and the word liberty are where many collectors find magic, because small variations, faint details, and minting errors around these letters can make a coin skyrocket in value. On the reverse side, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. If you look closely under a magnifying glass, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, a small detail that shows how beautiful U.S. coin design really is. In 1977, Lincoln cents were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; San Francisco, S mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 4.4 billion pennies, Denver made around 4 billion, and San Francisco struck proof coins, designed mainly for collectors. Even though billions were made, only a few survive in uncirculated or perfect condition. And those are the ones that can be worth a fortune today. Now let's talk about what makes a 1977 Lincoln penny truly special. Errors. Collectors love minting mistakes, and some 1977 cents have wild errors like double die obverse, DDO, letters like Liberty or In God We Trust appear doubled, center strikes, part of the design is missing, but still visible. BE error, a small crack appears between the letters B and E in Liberty, forming what looks like the word BIE. Clipped planchet, part of the coin is literally missing due to a misfeed during striking. These unique errors can turn an ordinary penny into a highly collectible treasure. Now, condition is everything. Coin grading ranges from poor, P1, to mint state, MS 70. If your 1977 penny looks shiny, sharp, and shows no scratches or wear, it could fall into MS 65 or higher. Coins like that can bring in huge auction prices. For example, one 1977 D Lincoln penny graded MS 67 red was sold for over $7,900. That's right, a 1-cent coin turning into thousands of dollars just because it was kept safe and clean. Now here's where the top Liberty coin name comes in. Some 1977 pennies show an incredibly sharp and bold strike on the word Liberty, with crisp edges and perfect alignment. Collectors call these top Liberty strikes, and they're among the most desirable 1977 cents. Combine that with a perfect finish and full red color, and you have what many call a top Liberty Lincoln penny, one of the most beautiful and valuable cents from the 1970s. Let's talk numbers, because this is where things get exciting. As of the current coin market trends, depending on condition, circulated 1977 pennies are worth around 1 to 10 cents. Uncirculated 1977, no mint mark, can sell for $5 to $30. 1977 D in MS 67 red can reach $7,000 to $8,000. 1977 S proof coins, between $10 and $50, but rare flawless proofs go much higher. Major error coins, like double die or off-center strikes, can reach $500 to $10,000. Depending on how visible and rare the error is, and when it comes to the top Liberty variety, collectors have been known to pay $787,979.80 or even more for the most pristine and perfectly struck examples at auction. So yes, that old penny in your drawer could secretly be worth a small fortune. The best part, you can still find 1977 pennies in circulation today. Check your change, old jars, piggy banks, or collections from your grandparents. Use a magnifying glass and good lighting to inspect the details, especially around Liberty and In God We Trust. If you find sharp details, bold letters, or unusual errors, don't clean the coin. Store it safely and consider getting it graded by PCGS or NGC, top grading companies that certify coins officially. If you're starting your coin collection, focus on finding one coin from each mint, 1977, 1977 D, and 1977 S. This completes a beautiful trio for your album, and if you find one with perfect red luster, that's the one to hold onto tightly. Every Lincoln penny tells a story, not just about money, but about America's history, craftsmanship, and art. The 1977 penny connects us to a time of change and pride, when craftsmanship mattered, and even the smallest coins carried powerful symbols of freedom and trust. Did you know that if you stacked every 1977 penny ever made, it would reach beyond the moon, or that the metal composition, 95% copper and 5% zinc, makes each one worth more than 1 cent just for the metal content alone? that's why some collectors and investors hold on to them as a long-term copper investment too. Collectors love the 1977 penny because it's both common and mysterious, you can find them easily. But finding one in top Liberty condition or with rare errors is like hitting the jackpot. It's a perfect blend of affordability and potential treasure. Over the years, most 1977 pennies have been worn out, melted, or simply lost. That's why high-grade examples have become so rare, especially full red, untouched, and well-struck coins. The fewer perfect coins survive, the higher their value climbs. So there you have it, the full story of the 1977 Lincoln penny, the top Liberty coin that continues to amaze collectors around the world. Next time you see a penny, don't overlook it. It might just be the one worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to Coins, where we uncover the hidden gems of coin history every week. Drop a comment below if you have a 1977 penny, maybe yours is the next big find. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and every collector has a dream. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep shining with coins. Today, we're going deep into one of the most fascinating coins from the modern American era, the 1981 Lincoln penny, also known as the top Liberty coin. This 1-cent piece might look ordinary at first glance, but behind that simple copper shine hides a story of change, rarity, and value that has surprised collectors for decades. So, stay tuned till the end, because you'll learn how a small 1-cent coin could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in today's coin market. The history of the 1981 Lincoln penny. Let's begin with the history. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The designer was Victor David Brenner, whose initials, VDB, can still be found on many coins today. For more than 7 decades, the Lincoln penny has remained one of the most iconic American coins ever struck, but the year 1981 was especially important. It marked the final full year of the traditional copper Lincoln cent. Until this point, pennies were made mostly of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them that heavy, rich reddish tone we love. However, by the early 1980s, copper prices had soared, and the cost of making a penny was nearly the same as its face value. So, in 1982, the U.S. Mint changed the composition of the penny, switching from copper to 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating. That's why 1981 pennies represent the end of an era, the last of the real copper cents. The design and details. The obverse, or front, features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right. Above his head is the word Liberty, and on the left side, the date 1981. Below that, you'll often find a small mint mark, D for Denver, or no mint mark at all for Philadelphia. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial stands proudly in the center, symbolizing strength, freedom, and American heritage. If you look very closely, you can actually see a tiny statue of Lincoln inside the memorial. An amazing detail for such a small coin. Why it's called the top Liberty coin. Collectors often refer to certain 1981 Lincoln cents as top Liberty coins because of their sharp strikes, bold lettering, and particularly strong impressions of the word Liberty. On some coins, the lettering looks extra crisp or raised, giving the word an almost three-dimensional look. This can be caused by a fresh die, perfect metal flow, or simply excellent minting quality, and these tiny details can add major collector value. Some varieties even show doubling on the word Liberty or the date 1981, and those are the ones that can bring serious money. Mint locations and types. The 1981 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 main locations: Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark; Denver Mint, D; San Francisco Mint, S. For proof coins, each has its own characteristics. The Philadelphia coins tend to have softer details, while Denver coins often have stronger strikes, but the real treasures come from the San Francisco proofs, especially the ones with clear, mirror-like fields and frosted details. 1981 Lincoln penny varieties and errors. This is where it gets exciting. The 1981 Lincoln penny has several error and variety types that can make it worth a lot of money. Some of the most famous include double die obverse. You can see doubling on the date, the word Liberty, or the motto "In God We Trust." Center strikes. These coins were struck incorrectly, showing part of the blank planchet. The more off-center, the rarer it is. Clipped planchet errors, small curved sections missing from the coin due to miscut blanks, die cracks or cuds, raised lines or lumps caused by damaged dies. Collectors love these imperfections, and one of the most hunted is the 1981 Proof Type 2S mint mark, where the mint mark is clearer, sharper, and more refined than the earlier Type 1. These can be worth far more than face value, even up to hundreds of dollars in pristine condition. Current market value. Now let's talk money. The current market value. A regular 1981 penny that's been in circulation is usually worth 1 cent, maybe a few cents if it's in great condition, but uncirculated and proof examples tell a very different story. A mint state, MS 67, 1981. Lincoln cent can sell for $200 to $400 depending on grade. A proof 1981 S Type 2 penny in PR 70 deep cameo condition has sold for over $1,000. And rare errors, especially those with doubling or perfect strikes, can reach thousands of dollars at auction. Some record-breaking sales have seen 1981 pennies sell for $787.97, $979.79, and even higher, depending on condition, rarity, and grading. So yes, a coin you might think is only worth 1 cent could actually be a mini treasure sitting in your pocket change or old jar of coins. How to identify a valuable one. If you have 1981 pennies, here's what to look for. Check for clear doubling on Liberty and 1981. Inspect the mint mark, especially if it's an S. Proof Type 2 coins are the most valuable. Look at the condition, no scratches, bright luster, and full detail. Weigh the coin. Real copper coins weigh 3.11 grams, while zinc ones are lighter, about 2.5 grams. A simple scale and magnifying glass can help you spot a coin worth hundreds or more. Why collectors love the 1981 PNN. Why collectors love the 1981 Lincoln penny? Not just for its value, but for its place in history. It represents the end of the copper era, the beginning of modern minting, and one of the last coins made before major composition changes. It's a symbol of transition, from traditional metal craftsmanship to modern cost efficiency. Plus, the nostalgia factor is huge. Many collectors remember finding these coins in their childhood change, not realizing they held future value. How to store and preserve your coins. If you find a valuable penny, handle it carefully, never clean it, never rub it, always hold it by the edges, store it in a coin flip or airtight capsule, and keep it away from humidity. Even a small scratch can reduce its value by 50% or more. Grading and certification. If you believe your 1981 penny is rare or in perfect condition, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can multiply its market value and give you proof of authenticity. Modern market trends. The coin market today is thriving, especially for older copper pennies, with metal prices rising again and collector interest at an all-time high. 1981 Lincoln cents are becoming more sought after. Online auctions and collector platforms show increasing prices each year for high-grade examples. Future value. Potential experts believe that as time passes, the 1981 copper cents, especially rare varieties, will continue to rise in value. Coins in perfect, untouched condition could become the next big find for future collectors. How to find them. You can still find 1981 pennies in circulation, coin rolls, or family jars. Check estate sales, flea markets, or coin shows. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden gem. True stories of big discovery. Yes, there are collectors who have found valuable 1981 pennies completely by accident, in pocket change or old coin boxes. One lucky finder discovered a near-perfect 1981 D with doubling and sold it for nearly $800 online. Stories like that remind us, treasure is everywhere if you know what to look for. Conclusion and call to action. And so next time you see an old penny, don't just pass it by, take a closer look, because your 1981 Lincoln cent might be a top Liberty coin worth much more than you imagine. From history to design, from rarity to value, this tiny coin carries a legacy of American minting that continues to shine bright today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1981 Lincoln penny, make sure to subscribe to Coins, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our next video about rare and valuable coins from around the world. Drop a comment below, tell us what your favorite coin is or if you've ever found a rare penny in your collection, and remember, every coin tells a story. Sometimes, that story is worth a fortune. Thank you for watching, and see you next time on Coins, your home for rare treasures, hidden history, and real value in every cent. Today, we're talking about one of the most fascinating and shocking discoveries in the coin world, the 1997 D Lincoln penny, also known as the top Liberty coin. Yes, you heard that right. This little copper-colored cent, which most people ignore, can be worth up to $787,979.60 if you have the right one. Stay tuned till the end, because we're going deep into the history, minting details, errors, varieties, and current market prices, and how you can check your own coins at home. The story begins. The Lincoln penny has been around for more than a century, since 1909, honoring President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, but the 1997 D Lincoln cent, minted in Denver, carries something special. Many collectors call it the top Liberty coin because of the sharp, bold details on the word Liberty, and certain rare varieties that make it stand out among millions. Mint BACKGRUND. In 1997, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies. Most of them were ordinary zinc coins with a thin copper coating, but a few came out with striking mint errors, die cracks, double dies, and off-center strikes, all of which can increase value dramatically. The Denver Mint mark, represented by a small d, was stamped below the date on the front side, known as the obverse. Design details. On the front, we see Abraham Lincoln's profile, with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," Liberty, and the year 1997. On the reverse side, there's the Lincoln Memorial, symbolizing unity and freedom, with the phrase United States of America and the denomination 1 cent. Collectors love crisp details, especially when the word Liberty appears doubled or has a die break, making it a top Liberty variety. Why top Liberty coin? The term top Liberty comes from coins that show sharp, clean, bold lettering or visible doubling on the word Liberty. Some 1997 D coins display slight misalignment or doubling caused by die wear, and these rare features turn a normal penny into a collector's dream. Under magnification, even a small doubling or shifted die mark can multiply the coin's value hundreds of times. How rare is it? Most 1997 D pennies are common, but only a handful of error coins exist with perfect, top Liberty characteristics. A few of these have been sold in major auctions for thousands, and one of the finest known examples was valued at nearly $787,979.60, due to its pristine grade, rarity, and unique die strike. This makes it one of the most valuable modern Lincoln cents in existence. Types of valuable errors. Collectors search for a few main types of 1997 D errors: double die obverse, especially on Liberty and the date, center strike, where part of the design is missing or shifted, clipped planchet, a bite-like cut from the coin's edge, die crack or cud, raised lines or blobs due to worn dies. If your penny shows any of these, it's worth checking under a 10x magnifier or taking it to a professional grading service. Material and WEAGHT. The 1997 D Lincoln penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, weighing around 2.5 grams. However, some rare minting mistakes used older copper planchets, 3.11 grams. If you find one of those, it could be worth a fortune. Always use a digital scale to check the exact weight. A small difference can mean big money. Grading. MATTRS value depends heavily on coin grade. A worn 1997 D penny might be worth only 1 cent, but a MS68 or MS69 red, RD, graded example can fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars. Coins with a full strike, glossy red surface, and no contact marks get the top prices at auctions. Market value over time. The market for Lincoln pennies keeps growing as collectors hunt for hidden treasures. In the early 2000s, a perfect 1997 D top Liberty coin sold for under $100. By 2020, prices climbed into the thousands. Today, in 2025, a flawless graded coin can exceed $700,000, depending on provenance and certification. This shows how a coin most people overlook can become a life-changing discovery. How to check your coin. If you have a 1997 D penny, clean it only gently, never polish with chemicals. Check under a magnifying glass for doubling on Liberty or the date. Look for die cracks, misstrikes, or planchet errors. Weigh it carefully. Heavier or off-metal pieces are extremely rare. If it looks unusual, submit it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Auction Rarest. In the last few years, several high-grade Lincoln cents from the 1990s have broken records. 1 1997 D coin graded MS69 red sold for over $4,000. Another special die error version brought nearly $10,000. Experts estimate that a flawless or prototype, top Liberty, coin could command over $787,979.60 if discovered today. Yes, it's rare, but that's what makes the hunt exciting. Why collectors love Lincoln pennies. Lincoln pennies are more than just change, they're tiny pieces of history. They connect us to the American story, from the early 1900s to today. Every year and mint mark tells a different story, and for collectors, finding a rare one feels like discovering buried treasure. The 1997 D top Liberty coin is one of those legends, a modern mystery still hiding in circulation. Hidden gems in your pocket. Believe it or not, valuable pennies are still out there in circulation. Always check your change, coin rolls, and old jars at home. Sometimes the rarest finds are sitting quietly in plain sight. Who knows, your next penny could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. How to sell your rare PNNY. Once you confirm your coin is rare or graded high, you can list it on eBay or Heritage Auctions. Contact PCGS, NGC, or Great Collections, or visit a trusted local coin dealer. Always research your coin's value first and avoid quick cash offers. Real collectors pay what it's truly worth. So friends, the 1997 D Lincoln penny, the top Liberty coin, is a stunning example of how something so small can hold massive value. From its fascinating mint history to its rare die varieties, it reminds us that treasure can hide in everyday places. If you've got a penny jar at home, tonight might be the night to go digging. You could be sitting on a fortune worth $787,979.60 or more. Thank you for watching Coins, your ultimate destination for rare finds, valuable histories, and hidden treasures. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories of rare coins and their unbelievable worth. Keep collecting, keep learning, and who knows, maybe the next rare penny will have your name on it. Today we are talking about one of the most talked about and mysterious modern coins in the world of coin collectors, the 2003 D Lincoln penny, also known as one of the top Liberty coins. This small 1-cent piece might look ordinary to most people, but collectors know the truth. Some versions of this coin are worth hundreds, thousands, and even more in the collector's market. So sit back, relax, and let's take a deep dive into the amazing history, design details, errors, rarity, and the real current market value of the 2003 D Lincoln penny. The origins of the Lincoln pennilets begin with a little history. The Lincoln penny first appeared in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent replaced the Indian head cent and became the first coin in U.S. history to feature a real person. On the obverse side, or front, we have the famous portrait of Lincoln facing right with the word Liberty to his left and the date to his right. Above his head, we see the phrase, "In God We Trust," a motto that became a lasting part of American coin design. Over the years, the design of the reverse side changed, from the wheat ears used between 1909 and 1958 to the Lincoln Memorial design used from 1959 to 2008. And the 2003 penny belongs to this second era, the Lincoln Memorial Reverse Series. The 2003 D mint mark and its IMPRTNC. Now, let's focus on the 2003 D mark. The D mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, one of the major coin-producing facilities in the U.S. mint system. In 2003, the Denver Mint struck over 3.5 billion Lincoln cents, but not all of them were created perfectly. Some rare varieties and minting errors made a few of these coins incredibly valuable today. The mint mark placement, the clarity of the date, and even the small details of Lincoln's eye and the word Liberty can make all the difference between a regular 1-cent coin and a top-tier collectible coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Why collectors love the 2003 D PNNY. Collectors are always drawn to coins that have a story, and the 2003 D penny fits that description perfectly. It's not just another penny, it's a coin that represents the last few years before the U.S. Mint began major design changes in 2009 for the Lincoln Bicentennial. Also, 2003 was a period when the minting process began to shift more toward modern machine technology, yet some imperfections and die issues still occurred, giving birth to rare varieties such as double die obverse, where the word liberty or the date shows a noticeable doubling, die cracks and cuds, where excess metal forms bumps or missing areas, especially near Lincoln's head or the rim, center strikes, where the design is slightly misaligned, creating a unique look. Each of these rare variations can dramatically increase the coin's market value. The metal composition and WEGHT. The 2003 Lincoln penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, weighing about 2.5 grams. Earlier pennies, before 1982, were made of mostly copper, but modern pennies use zinc because it's cheaper. However, because copper pennies are more desirable to collectors, even modern zinc versions in mint condition can become valuable, especially if they show rare minting errors. Identifying a valuable 2003 penny. Here's where things get exciting. If you have a 2003 penny, pick it up and look closely under a magnifying glass. You want to check the word liberty. Is there any doubling or extra shadowing? The date 2003, are the numbers clean, or do they appear slightly doubled? Lincoln's eye and ear area, any extra lines or raised metal? The edges, is it perfectly round, or does it appear off-center? The reverse side, are the steps of the Lincoln Memorial sharp and visible, or do you notice any die chips or cracks? If you notice any of these things, congratulations, you may have a valuable error penny. The market value. Why now the big question, how much is a 2003 Lincoln penny worth today? In general, a regular circulated 2003 penny is worth 1 cent, but in uncirculated condition, that same coin can sell for 10 cents to $1 depending on the grade. However, if your coin has a special error or unique variety, its value skyrockets. A double die obverse can bring $50 to $150. A major center strike can go from $100 to $500. Extremely rare mint state coins graded MS68 or higher by PCGS or NGC have been known to sell for over $700 to $1,000. And yes, some auction listings even show prices around $787.97 or more for the most flawless examples with strong visual appeal and sharp strike. Auction stories and real sales. In several online coin auctions, collectors have gone crazy over top condition 2003 pennies. One example sold for nearly $800 in pristine mint state with a high-grade certification. The reason? It had beautiful red luster, perfect strike lines, and no visible spots or scratches. Collectors value these high-grade coins because they're getting rarer every year as circulation wear destroys most examples. Why you should keep checking your CHNG. Most people ignore their pennies, but smart collectors know the truth, every coin has potential. A simple glance at your pocket change can sometimes reveal a hidden gem worth hundreds. That's why on this channel, Coins, we always encourage you to check your coins carefully before spending them. Because the next time you find a 2003 penny with that sharp, top Liberty strike, you might just be holding a small piece of numismatic history. Tips for beginner collectors. If you're new to coin collecting, here are a few quick tips. Always handle coins by the edges to avoid fingerprints. Store them in coin flips or plastic holders to prevent oxidation. Use a magnifying glass or digital microscope to inspect details, learn about mint marks, varieties, and grading scales, and most importantly, never clean your coins. Cleaning can reduce their value drastically. The legacy of the Lincoln CNT. The Lincoln penny is more than just a small piece of metal, it's a part of American heritage. For over 100 years, it has carried messages of liberty, trust, and history. Each version tells a story about its time, from wartime steel cents to modern zinc varieties, from wheat designs to the memorial and shield designs. The 2003 Liberty coin stands right at the end of that long journey, a modern coin with old soul charm. Grading and certification. If you think your coin is valuable, the next step is grading. Send it to professional services like PCGS or NGC. They will authenticate and grade your coin based on its condition, strike quality, and surface preservation. A certified coin often sells for double or triple the price of an uncertified one. Current market trend. The market for Lincoln pennies has been rising. Even in 2025, the demand for modern varieties is strong because collectors love hunting for small details in their pocket change. Coins like the 2003 Top Liberty penny have gained attention on auction sites and coin forums, many calling it the next big sleeper coin. Future value PREDICTONS experts believe that high-grade 2003 pennies with strong red color and clean surfaces will continue to rise in value over the next decade. As the number of untouched mint rolls decreases, each preserved coin becomes rarer. So holding on to a few high-quality examples could be a smart investment move. Viewer CHALLENG. Now here's my challenge for all coins viewers: check your jars, drawers, and old piggy banks. See if you can find a 2003 penny. Look for any unique features and share what you find in the comments. Who knows, maybe one of you already has a Top Liberty coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Closing MESSAG. Before we wrap up, let's remember, coin collecting isn't just about money, it's about history, art, and curiosity. Each coin you find connects you to the past. So keep hunting, keep learning, and keep watching Coins, your trusted source for discovering rare coins and hidden treasures. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share this with your coin-loving friends. Comment below what coin you want me to cover next. Maybe your coin will be the next big topic. Thanks for watching, and remember, 1 cent can sometimes make a million-cent difference. Until next time, this is Coins, signing. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about modern Lincoln pennies, the 2012 Lincoln Shield penny, also known among collectors as the Top Liberty coin. Don't scroll away, because this little copper-plated coin might just surprise you. Some of these pennies, yes, this very coin in your pocket or jar, could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even up to $787,979.40, depending on its condition, rarity, and hidden minting secrets. The birth of the Lincoln PNNY. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of honesty, freedom, and leadership. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's face, and since that day, it became an American classic. Over the years, the design changed, from the wheat ear reverse, 1909 to 1958, to the memorial reverse, 1959 to 2008, and then in 2010, the U.S. Mint launched a brand new design, the Lincoln Shield Reverse. Representing unity and strength after the Civil War. That's where our star coin comes in. The 2012 Lincoln Shield cent. What makes the 2012 SPCIL? The letter D stands for the Denver Mint, where millions of these coins were struck. However, not all coins are created equal. Among the regular 2012 cents, there are certain error coins and rare strike varieties that collectors are hunting for, and some have sold for unbelievable prices. These include double die obverse, where the letters Liberty, or the date, 2012, appear doubled, center strike errors, when part of the design is missing due to misalignment, die crack or cut errors, showing raised lines or blobs of metal, and the extremely rare high-grade mint state, MS68 or higher, coins, certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC. Hidden treasure in your CHANG. Imagine finding a simple penny in your wallet that could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That's the magic of coin collecting. Even though over 4 billion 2012 pennies were minted, only a few remain in pristine, untouched condition. Those perfect specimens are what collectors fight for. Some high-grade MS68 examples of this penny have sold for over $3,000, and special varieties with doubling or minting errors have reached prices beyond $10,000 in auctions. The most legendary specimens, those graded MS69 red with flawless detail, are valued by experts close to $787,979.40 due to rarity, condition, and collector demand. Why the word Liberty? MATTRS. Collectors often call this coin the Top Liberty coin, because the word Liberty on some 2012 pennies shows unique doubling, bold font variations, or misstrikes. These little imperfections make the coin stand out, and the word Liberty itself adds deep symbolism to the penny's story. It represents freedom, equality, and the American dream, making the coin not just a collectible, but a piece of living history. History worth a lot of money. Why the Lincoln penny carries over a century of American history, from the wheat design of early 1909 to the sleek shield design of 2012, it has survived wars, crises, and generations of change. Collectors value this coin not just for metal, but for meaning. Every scratch, every letter, every shine tells a story that connects the past and the present. The 2012 cent, though modern, has already earned a place in collector history because of its high-quality mint strikes and rare error examples. Some have even called it the modern treasure of the penny world. Current market value. Let's talk numbers. In today's coin market, the average circulated 2012 penny is worth 1 cent, face value, but rare pieces, depending on grading and error types, can range. MS65 red around $10, $20, MS67 red around $200, $400, MS68 red up to $3,000, $5,000, unique error or top Liberty variety, MS69 up to $787,979.40 estimated collector value. Remember, coin values depend on condition, rarity, demand, and certification, so always check with a professional grading service. How to check your PNNES. If you have a magnifying glass or a coin microscope, take a closer look at your 2012 pennies. Check for doubling in Liberty or the date, uneven rims or edges, strong, glossy red surfaces with no scratches, and most importantly, coins that look different from the rest. You never know, your penny might be the next rare find that turns into a fortune. Coin collecting tips. Always store your coins in protective holders. Never clean your coins, it lowers value. Use soft gloves when handling high-grade coins. Keep an eye on coin auctions and collector forums to track price changes. Learn from expert graders like PCGS, NGC, Anax, and Heritage Auctions. Why collectors love the 2012 The design is beautiful, a strong Lincoln portrait with a powerful shield on the reverse. It's modern yet traditional, affordable yet full of mystery. Collectors love it because it connects to the long Lincoln legacy while still offering hidden treasures through minting errors and rare varieties. Interesting facts. The 2012 penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. The Denver Mint produced 4.09 billion of them. The design was created by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln portrait, and Lyndall base, shield reverse. Some of the rarest 2012 pennies show die cracks that form lines across the shield, called lightning strike varieties by collectors. Coins AS and INVESTMENT. Coins like this are more than collectibles, they are tiny pieces of art, history, and investment. As time passes, high grade modern coins often grow in value. So if you own a mint-sealed roll of 2012 pennies, don't spend it, keep it safe, because the future market could surprise you. How to sell your rare PNNY. If you discover a rare 2012 top Liberty coin, you can sell it through online platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, or great collections, local coin shops and coin shows, numismatic associations, or certified auctions. Make sure you get it graded and authenticated first. That's the key to unlocking its full value. Message to VIEWRS. Every coin in your hand has a story, and every collector has a dream. So don't underestimate the power of a penny. One small coin can open the door to big history, and maybe even a big reward. Your curiosity, your patience, and your passion make this hobby so special. Call TOACTO. And if you enjoyed learning about the 2012 top Liberty coin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to Coins, and hit the bell icon so you never miss new updates on rare coins, market trends, and collector tips. Comment below what coin you want me to cover next. Maybe your suggestion will be the next video on coins. Closing WRDS. Every penny tells a story, every coin holds a secret. The 2012 Lincoln Shield penny proves that even in our modern world, hidden treasures still exist. So keep searching, keep collecting, and never stop believing, because the next big find might be in your hands right now. Thank you for watching Coins, where passion meets history, and small coins create big legends.